If a police surveillance drone flies over your house, you're allowed to know why. In New Orleans, 3 times out of 4, there is no answer. Not a redacted answer, not a classified answer, no answer at all. And the drone fleet is growing. This spring, NOPD launched a drone as a first responder program in the French Quarter. These are drones that lift off automatically when a 911 call is received. NOPD has already asked for almost another $1 million to put more drones on standby 24 hours a day. City officials say a successful pilot could go citywide. So before we hand them more cameras in the sky, let's ask how they've handled the ones they already have. Through public records requests, I've obtained NOPD's official flight logs for January 1st through April 1st this year. These are NOPD's records from the Skydio flight system and has all drone flights. NOPD is allowed to fly drones, but not hover it once. The department has a policy that says drones shall be deployed only for specific public safety missions, and every deployment needs a supervisor approval, and every flight must be documented in a post-flight report that needs to include the type of incident and the reason for the flight. That's the deal. Aerial surveillance in exchange for accountability. So how's the accountability going? In 3 months, NOPD logged 273 drone flights. In 206 of them, about 75%, 3 out of 4, the reason for flight field is blank, not vague, not redacted, it is completely blank. NOPD cannot or will not say why there was a camera in the sky flying over the city spying on us. 8 more flights list event Overwatch. Overwatch isn't a reason, it's a description of a camera pointing down at people. That's what a drone is. Overwatch of what? Of whom? Authorized by what supervisor? In one flight lists a single word, protest. The policy has specific rules for First Amendment assemblies, including public announcements before the drone goes up, and it has a ban on tracking participants for non-criminal activity, like protests. One word in a spreadsheet gives us no way to know whether any of that happened. In response to this blatant disregard for their own policies, I filed a complaint with NOPD's Public Integrity Bureau. It's complaint 2026-00460, and here's what came back. After their inquiry, PIB decided the matter requires no further investigation. The investigator determined that all the drone deployments were authorized and approved by a supervisor for the purpose they were used for. Read that again. The actual records showed no purpose for 75% of the flights, and the department's oversight body concluded that every flight had a proper purpose without producing a single one. That's not an investigation. That's the department grading its own homework and declining to show its work. This isn't about whether drones are useful. It's about whether rules mean anything and whether NOPD is held accountable. A surveillance policy that isn't followed is no longer a policy, it's a press release. Oversight that won't correct documented policy violations isn't oversight, it's unregulated permission to surveil New Orleans constantly. If the paperwork is optional today, the warrant requirements and protest protections in the same policy are optional tomorrow. If the police won't fix this themselves. They just told us, in writing, through an official investigation. But NOPD answers to the city, and the city answers to everyone. If you live in New Orleans, contact Mayor Helena Moreno's office and your city council member. Ask them 2 questions. Why are 75% of NOPD drone flights unexplained? And why did the Public Integrity Bureau close my complaint without addressing it? I'll put the flight logs, the policy, and the PIB letter in the description. Check my numbers, then make the call. As always, I keep the receipts, links below. Thank you.